Thank you, Lara Trump, for inviting me to speak at the RNC. And what a lovely rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. I've never heard it sung in every key before. People, we have very little time left to steal, win this election. So I'm here to update you on Republican efforts currently in place throughout the nation to steal, win this election. In Nebraska, we tried to change the way electoral votes are allocated to help steal, win the election for Mr. Trump. I'm very sad to report that Republicans in that state did not have the courage to do what was necessary to steal, win the election. In the battleground state of North Carolina, we have managed to remove over 747,000 names from the voter rolls in the past 20 months. A lesson we learned during Reconstruction: you can't vote for the black candidate if you can't vote. In another battleground state, Georgia, we have passed a law requiring all the ballots to be counted by hand. This will hopefully slow up certification and cast doubt on the results long enough to help Trump steal, win the election. In Oklahoma, we've removed over 450,000 people from voter rolls. See ya, city slickers. And because everything is bigger in Texas, we have removed over 1 million people from the voter registration rolls to help Mr. Trump steal, win the election. We've done the same thing in Florida, in a state where Trump won by less than 400,000 votes. We've removed over 500,000 Democrats from the voter rolls. Checkmate, libs. You know, Dems like to say that women will decide the election this year. Well, I haven't given up on the SAVE Act. Requiring people to have citizenship documents that identically match their current name disproportionately affects women, as roughly 90% of women change their surnames when they marry. Roe v. Wade may get you to the polls, little ladies, but we're working overtime to turn you away once you get there. And there are plenty of other tricks to steal, win this election. The Secretary of State in Montana left Kamala Harris off the digital ballot. Oops. Many states are reducing the hours and/or number of polls in urban areas to combat young people voting for the wrong candidate. Idaho recently amended its voter registration laws, eliminating the use of student IDs for both registration and a form of identification when voting. Ooh. We tried the same thing in North Carolina, but a busybody let folks vote. Court interfered. Ohio has a new Republican-sponsored voting rule, which restricts the use of outdoor ballot drop-off boxes and requires in-person form signing at election offices. This creates a delightful barrier to voters with disabilities. You have to be quick thinking to stay one step ahead of people who vote for the wrong candidate. Throughout the nation, Republicans have filed more than 100 lawsuits challenging various aspects of vote casting. We're doing this before the voting because courts in 2020 chastised us about waiting until after the votes were counted to challenge the rules. And if voting laws are under challenge in court, it casts doubts on their legitimacy during voting. We have also recruited thousands of people to intimidate both pollsters and voters on Election Day. You can't carry a water bottle to someone in line to hydrate them, but you can carry an AR-15 past someone in line to intimidate them. All this, in addition to the mechanics to cheat the popular vote that is baked into the system. Things like gerrymandering and the Electoral College. Of course, none of this would be necessary if we had a decent candidate who could win the popular vote. Until then, we will have to gerrymander rather than persuade, cut voter rolls rather than campaign, and change how people vote rather than who they vote for.